Voilà, c'est bon, on a fini de s'amuser. Bonjour YouTube, on a fini de s'amuser avec les widgets. Comment vas-tu? On continue là. T'es à jour, t'es à jour en plus sur YouTube. Hein. Putain, vous êtes à jour sur YouTube. Truc de fou, je suis arrivé à rattraper mon retard et mettre à jour surtout Crusader Kings, Disco Elysium, The Council. Voilà. Ah, il reste encore tout le DLC d'Outer Wild à upload et tous les 12 VOD de XCOM à upload aussi, mais bon. Je vais dire, vous avez vu, vous pouvez toujours revenir et c'est fini quoi, c'est des trucs finis. Alors que là, c'est pas fini The Council. Si vous débarquez, vous n'avez pas vu avant, vous pouvez toujours aller sur la chaîne, c'est à jour. Donc, on continue. Oh, le chapitre s'appelle Adieu quand même. Hein. On doit rejoindre maman sur les quais. On vient de récupérer la lance de Lancius, celui qui a transpercé le flanc de Jésus. On rappelle qu'on avait bien sûr perdu notre main sur, sur le fait qu'on n'a pas voulu écouter notre instinct.
Wow.
Et quoi? Mais il m'a surpris encore. Bah, putain, mais il m'a surpris, ça m'a encore mis à décontenance.
What's the matter with him? Excuse me, monsieur. I don't follow you.
I haven't come all this way just to fail so close to the goal.
Why? What are you talking about?
I am talking about what you are doing. This conference is going to boost my career.
Mais qu'est-ce que tu veux?
There is no question of me letting you ruin everything. I just surprised Piaget and Volner talking. You are about to rob Mortimer. Give me what you took from him immediately.
Let's keep calm, please. I don't know what you're talking about. I'll have to cut this short, quick.
Frappez-le, carrément. Mais non, on va pas le frapper.
Look, I don't know what you're going on about, and I don't have time for this right now.
Don't think on getting rid of me so easily, de Richet. Where have you been?
Alors, on peut pas, on a dit, putain j'ai déjà oublié, on a dit qu'on peut pas conviction et politique. Je pense qu'il a que 2 immunités, faut pas abuser, c'est pas un perso cheaté. Il peut pas en avoir 6. Regardez, à chaque fois ils en ont 2. 2. Lui, il en a encore, mais je pense qu'il en a, c'est une autre à découvrir. Conviction et politique.
Did Lord Mortimer tell you you could trust me?
Yes, but...
So, I'm working for him right now, and you're wasting my time with your questions. Look, if he hasn't taken you into his confidence, then you shouldn't know yet.
I'll soon figure out what you are up to. And I am convinced that you have indeed robbed Mortimer.
Oh mais non.
The game is up. Give me what you took from him.
Attends, tu sais, j'ai oublié politique et... et
You
conviction.
know, this is becoming an obsession with you.
Show me what you are carrying, or I will call the servants.
Remind me, who did you hear making those alleged charges against me?
His Eminence Piaget and Monsieur von Volner were discussing them when I joined them.
Et dans quel camp ils sont?
During the conference, which side were His Eminence and Mr. von Volner on?
Sir Gregory. But what has that got to do with it?
And did it not occur to you for a single instant that they might have been speaking about me in front of you on purpose? To manipulate you? I trust them to detect novices who are likely to be taken in, yes.
Those sons of whores. Ah! So
Oh.
that's how they see me.
Be careful.
Fumier, hein. Ah oui, il est fumier. Hein. Il a parlé de, il a parlé de chevaux, bien sûr. Il a dit fils de chevaux.
No, of course. I'll make sure those two bastards get what they've got coming. Right. We'll leave it there. I'm glad that things have been cleared up.
So, are we finished here?
Indeed we are. I shall leave you.
That's right. Go play somewhere else. See you later, monsieur. Come on. I have to hurry up and join my mother at the wharf now.
Réussi. Allez. J'ai pas des petites boissons là à récupérer parce que je suis un peu dans le mal là. Je suis plus à 5, je suis qu'à 4. Ça vite, ça. J'ai perdu tout. J'ai tout perdu. Bon, attends, je crois que là. Là, je l'ai. Là. Hop, une petite action gratuite. Voilà. Hop, hop. Allez, on va voir maman là. Et je suppose que comme le jeu il a encore beaucoup de chapitres, je suppose que on a beau essayer d'aller voir maman. On va passer par là, c'est plus rapide. Je pense que maman elle sera plus là. Tu vois, les gens qui sont même pas surpris qu'il manque un bras quoi. Il y avait une pièce ici, j'ai pas vu. Non, c'est fermé. Oh non, faut vraiment que je fasse le tour. Non, on va faire ça comme ça. Mais putain. Oh, le jeu qui va me forcer à rencontrer des gens, je crois. Mais arrête. Mais qu'est-ce que tu fais de Richie? Louis. Calmez-vous, Louis. Oh, le jeu qui a prévu de me faire rencontrer des gens sur le chemin, quoi. Il y a une pièce là aussi. Putain, je ne l'avais pas vu. J'avais combien de pièces? 45. Putain, je sais pas combien il y en a dans le jeu, mais... Je pense que le petit bonus d'expérience pour le truc du... En vrai, je l'aurais pas. Parce qu'il y a, là, il y a un talent qui est là. C'est d'arriver à monter l'érudition niveau 3, l'étiquette niveau 3. Les pièces me rapportent plus d'expérience et c'est rétroactif. Donc en gros, je prendrai un gros bonus d'expérience à la fin d'un niveau. Mais bon, monter la politique et la connexion en 3, ça change. Je suis pas du tout parti sur ça. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a là-dedans?
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later. I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Ah, j'aurais dû, c'est... Bonjour.
Am I disturbing you?
Monsieur de Richet, it seems you are everywhere.
Ouais.
At least he hasn't noticed my arm.
Was Mr. Von Wollner
Non mais
able to
lui aussi il est
help you?
possédé pour pas voir mon bras en moins.
For your armillary sphere.
Oh, yes, that.
Louis, everything all right?
Yes. Excuse me, I was miles away.
Oh, while you are here, you wouldn't know who the last guest is, would you?
What do you mean?
I heard Sir Gregory speaking about it. A certain Al-Asif, something or other.
Who? What?
Obviously not. It's not important, forget it.
No, hang on.
It doesn't matter, I'm telling you. We'll find out soon enough. I'm in a hurry right now. I'm waiting for someone. See you later, Louis.
Shit. I haven't time either. See you later.
Hein? Mais Al-Asif c'est pas un bouquin plutôt? C'est pas possible, y a pas de nouveau... y a personne de nouveau qui débarque parce que regardez. Je n'ai plus de place, y a pas de petits points disant que ça va arriver. Putain, il est encore là. J'ai dû attendre parce que là, je prends le trait à avoir plus trop de drogue. Et allez, l'autre il est posé devant la porte, bien sûr.
Ah, Louis.
Ah, merde.
Perfect timing.
As luck would have it.
Come, my boy. I would like to have a word with you.
Ah, il me manque un bras. Bien sûr, quand il va voir qu'il me manque un bras, il va tout de suite deviner où je l'ai perdu. Yes, yes. Bonjour, monsieur maire. Salut.
It's time
Ça va?
we had a little chat. I wanted you... Oh, no, your hand. Damn it, no. So that's it. She is prepared to use you.
What do you mean?
It wasn't enough for her to lose her hand. She had to make you lose yours, too. I cannot permit this to continue. Louis, it's time you found out the truth. I've been observing you since you arrived. I see you running all over the grounds in search of Sarah. I would like to prevent her from leading you even further down the wrong road.
The wrong road?
Louis, Sarah has made her own choices of her own free will, and I would like for you to have the same chance. You see, Sarah and I have known each other for a very long time, Louis.
Ouais, ça j'ai compris
I
ça.
am aware of her theory. About me, about Gregory, about the demons. She's
Ah, tiens.
right. Look at me. I have inhabited this body since 1191. For the last 602 years, I have been this dear William Mortimer.
You've been Mortimer for 600 years? How long have the demons been among mankind?
Oh, I don't think I'd be lying if I said that we have always been here.
Ah d'accord. Voilà, c'est bon, on va pas revenir sur certains événements. On a compris que les plus gros événements de l'histoire, c'était les démons, quoi.
Lucifer, the fallen archangel, left heaven accompanied by 133,306,668 angels. Is it true that there are that many of you?
No, I assure you, Louis. Forget your Bible class. It's ridiculous. We are not angels. We don't have wings. There is certainly nowhere near 1,000,000 of us. And for that matter, no sacred human text represents us correctly. There are several families, and the family to which I belong has 8 siblings, including Gregory and myself.
Sir Gregory is your brother?
Yes, what can I say? You can't choose your family. But it is very difficult to know exactly how many of us there are because a large number of our kind remain hidden or never reveal themselves even to us.
And you truly have the power to manipulate the thoughts of men.
That's right. Every demon has the capacity to infiltrate the minds of men and to read and steer their thoughts.
Can you tell me more about your capacities, your supernatural powers?
Supernatural? From my point of view, they are perfectly natural. Well, Louis, just because the monkey
logique.
does not fly doesn't mean that we should consider the bird a supernatural creature. We are all part of a grand design. We are simply made like this. By developing our art, we are able to read thoughts as well as write in the minds of men. It is possible for us to make them bow to our desire, but it doesn't work without leaving some scars.
Comment ça?
And what do you do with this power?
We help them, of course.
Foutaise.
Of course you do. And you expect me to believe that, I suppose.
Ah,
Louis.
on sait maintenant qu'il a conviction. Il ne faut pas aller sur la conviction avec lui. Bon bah, ça nous a permis au moins, voilà, j'ai bouffé ma putain de truc maintenant.
Demon is just a word. It all depends on what exists beneath the surface.
Putain.
I understand that this isn't easy. The culture of men is centered on the fact that demons are responsible for all the evils on Earth.
But if it's the same in every single culture, then maybe there might be something to it. Don't you think?
Certainly there is something to it. Control. Man has spent his existence wishing to believe in the supernatural and imposing his belief on others. What could be more convenient for manipulating the masses? A perfect, inaccessible being and a plethora of demons in every one. The perfect idea to relieve men of all responsibility while still finding them guilty.
C'est vrai. Mais je dirais pas mon avis là-dessus, mais je pense que c'est vrai. Autre question. Pouah, l'interrogatoire, quoi. Pourquoi me dire tout ça?
But why me?
Why do I tell you about the greatest secret ever revealed to man?
That's right.
I'm coming to that. Don't worry.
C'est parce que j'en suis un moi aussi. Ces visions, c'est bizarre ces visions quand même. Attention face aux hommes.
What are the demons' projects for humanity?
Our aim has long since been to protect humanity from itself. On the other hand, although we give them the impulse to succeed, we don't all agree as to the path they take to achieve it.
Ouais, ça fait longtemps que les démons sont plus sur cette planète alors, parce que putain. Sinon vous avez bien raté votre travail. Comment croire?
Why should I trust you?
I'm not asking you to, Louis. If you are still in doubt about the demons, I can assure you that won't last long.
Que style avec ma mère.
What has my mother got to do with all this?
She embarked on a crusade many years ago to kill all the demons.
That must have upset you. I imagine you retaliated.
No, I'm afraid she never forgave me.
Forgave what?
We met when she was still just a young woman. I appeared to her in a different form because I didn't want to reveal the identity of Lord Mortimer at that time. She was looking for someone interested in the occult to decipher an ancient book. We spent many years together, until I revealed my true
The old book was
nature to her.
Al-Azif, wasn't it?
Did she speak about it?
Not so long ago, yes.
Indeed, it was already Al-Azif. She wanted to unlock the secrets.
How would you qualify your species, scientifically?
Good question. What is your area of expertise?
Où? Ah mais oui, mais lui, lui, faut pas le prendre sur le côté science. Oui, mais là, je lui pose juste une question. J'essaie pas de le convaincre. Logiquement, c'est pas un problème que je... la biologie.
I would say biology.
So, I would class demons along with parasites.
The comparison's not very flattering. You live inside a host and you feed on that host. Do you not?
A large number of parasites are essential to the survival of their bearer, you know. We do indeed choose a host. We enter inside them, and we evolve with them. But if you prefer a more philosophical approach, or a more poetical one, consider us as an idea. We are an idea that penetrates the human spirit. But in fact, in no way are we a danger for our hosts. Quite the contrary, we strengthen.
Oui, mais votre hôte. Et ben, lui qui aurait pu avoir une vie normale, il peut plus, du coup. Il est bloqué. On passe. Ah, je vais pas dire il est le diable. Pas de sens.
Continue.
Louis, it's time you opened your eyes. Come, you'll soon see.
After you. If you could manipulate us mentally, what's the point of all the theatrics of the conference?
You must suspect that we asked ourselves that very same question. For many centuries, we didn't organize any conferences, and most of the time, it ended in civil war between demons. Many of us were killed during this period. The idea of organizing conferences was the answer to everything. The interest being to erect some rules among ourselves. Our family first divided up all the principal countries of the world. Now, whenever one of us wanted to propose a major change between these countries, they summon the demon in question and initiate a conference. The demon that initiates the proposition doesn't have to give notification of the subject of the conference beforehand. Consequently, we participate along with our best assets. Once the humans are brought together, the conference begins, but we are forbidden to use our talents to influence the participants. The first meeting is held in order to expose the subject to all the participants, followed by several days of reflection, during which we are allowed to be persuasive but not to impose our will. A second meeting closes the conference with a final vote.
So, for you it's a game, isn't it?
I understand your remark, but after living several centuries, you stand back and enjoy what reflection and pleasure you can.
Mais comment vous décidez de la politique générale? J'ai quand même envie de lui poser cette question.
But how do you agree on global policy?
Locally, we often have competing interests, and sometimes we start wars between men which are linked to our disagreements. Most of the time, our father steps in and gives directives, which my family follow to the letter. Indeed, in my opinion, it is high time we moved on.
What do you mean?
I mean that a new era must begin. The old monarchic regimes are outdated, and it's time to evolve.
Votre père? C'est qui votre père? Attends, mais vous avez quelqu'un encore au-dessus de vous?
So, Von Borchert, he was looking for the Al-Azif for you.
Exactly. Al-Azif has always belonged to my family, Louis, and with good reason. My father wrote much of it. Can you tell me what you've done with...
What, you mean the Al-Azif?
No, I already know that. Sarah came here with it and got rid of it. I was thinking of Von Borchert. He isn't essential, but he is a trusted person.
He's a prisoner at our headquarters in Paris.
All right.
Did what happened to Elizabeth Adams have anything to do with you?
Unfortunately, the poor girl became an issue between us, in spite of herself. A family of demons is still a family, and as in all families, there are disputes. Elizabeth's family, the Adams, has always been under the patriarchal control of my father. As he and myself are not really on very good terms, sending poor Elizabeth here was terribly rude of him, really.
You did accept, though.
No, I would say rather I was presented with a fait accompli by Gregory.
Fait accompli.
Along with the intention of helping her. But this is my castle, and everyone is the master of their own home.
Mais alors?
The voice in Elizabeth's head. It was you.
It was my father, to be precise.
Mais c'est qui ton père? C'est qui ton père? Dis-moi, c'est qui ton père? Excusez-moi. Passons.
I hope I've answered all your questions, Louis.
Non? Bah, genre pas du tout, mais
I've
bon.
something to show you.
Genre pas du tout, hein, mais bon.
There is one question that remains to be answered. Why me? Why tell me all of this?
Oh, haven't you guessed yet?
Mais j'en suis un. C'est quoi qu'on a dit qu'il fallait pas contre lui? La conviction et la science. Je récupère la lance. Faut pas que je lui dise.
I've got an idea, but it might seem stupid.
Trust me.
Am I one? I mean, am I a demon?
Would you like that?
Non, mais je sais que j'en suis un en fait parce que j'ai des visions. Tu aimerais? Non.
No, I don't think so. I'm just a man, and that's fine with me.
Look, we are of the gods, Louis. Always have been. You, as much as me, you are one of us, Louis. You too are a demon.
Are you serious?
You know it. Deep down inside, you know I am telling you the truth. Where do you think that natural, charismatic presence comes from? Your talent must already have manifested itself somehow. Have you ever had any visions?
No. Stop it. It's
Have you
absurd.
never found yourself suddenly inside?
Et comme Grégory il me repoussait que c'en est un.
Without knowing why?
No.
Once asleep, maybe? That's how it often happens the first time. Your spirit wanders unconsciously.
My mother can't have lied to me about that.
It's true. Your real mother would never have lied to you.
What do you mean?
Louis. I would rather you found this out from her own lips, but it's important that
Sarah de Richet n'est pas ma maman?
is not your mother.
What?
Mais quoi?
Sorry you had to find out this way, Louis. But you must know the truth before you commit an irreparable act.
No, no, it's not possible.
You are my son.
Quoi? Mais Papa? Papa? Ouais, c'est pas ce truc, j'ai trop de malus là. Attends, j'ai trop de malus là.
Well. So now you're his bastard. You really took me for a fool. Don't make a move, you clowns.
Everybody keep calm.
Don't say a word or I'll shoot your kid. Not so clever now, are we? At last I found a way to put the
Oh
pressure
là
on
là
you.
là 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 là, sainte.
Just calm down, monsieur.
You stopped me from ending it all. Because of you, I've had to pay for it. You don't know what it's like. He's in your head. He's in your soul. I never want to feel that again.
Jack, I did not betray you.
You're just like him.
Non! Attends. Jacques Pelou. Étiquette psychologie. Ok. Et pas interrogatoire. Comment cet humain ose-t-il me menacer?
Monsieur, you don't know the whole story. You ought to let me help you.
Oh non, mais voilà, mais je savais pas qu'il était... Ah bah voilà, bah j'ai découvert sa dernière. Hein.
Down, you bastard.
Jack, you'll end up hurting yourself if you continue like this.
There's no one to save.
Enquêteur. Ah oui, c'est vrai, du coup j'ai débloqué ça. Un point en interrogatoire. Yes. C'est où l'interrogatoire? Ah bah oui, yes, un point en interrogatoire, sachant que je suis à niveau 3.
So, what are you gonna do now? You've just found out your true nature. What difference does it make?
Non, je peux pas jouer interrogatoire contre lui. Voilà, faut jouer étiquette ou psychologie, mais pas interrogatoire ou diversion.
Jack, I can assure you that what Lord Mortimer just told me makes no difference.
That's what you think. But you're already in his hands. And you don't even know it, Louis.
No, Jack, it's the contrary. Everything that's been happening here has been carefully planned by the Golden Order for months. And everything is going exactly as planned. Lower your weapon. It's all right. It's over. You'll make it through. And you're going to get your life back.
You're just like him. You are already. You can't see it, or you don't want to see it. But it's already too late. In fact, I haven't got any choice.
You always have a choice. You know very well what will happen to you if you shoot me.
No, don't shoot me. Pourquoi il y a un point devant votre fille grandira sans votre père?
You're going to be held accountable, and you will lose everything, starting with your freedom and then your head.
I told you, I don't care.
Not about yourself, maybe, but what about your daughter? It wouldn't be the same for her, would it?
Shut up! Shut up!
She will be alone in a world that you know is hostile. What will become of her?
That's true, but...
Don't abandon her. Not a second time. It's your
Ah,
last
les
chance, my
enfants.
friend.
Un bon point faible.
It's over. Come now, monsieur.
You know what I told you. Evil and good depend on you, and not on your nature.
Yes, it's true, and the same holds true for all of us.
Monsieur Peru, I am willing to overlook this latest scene. You can thank my son for that. I think, however, that you are to take your leave for your good and ours, as well as that of your daughter.
Jacques, rentrez chez vous, Jacques.
Not too shaken up. You've experienced many significant events since your arrival.
Putain, mais je vais plus avoir de soignage de... Je sais pas trop.
To tell you the truth, I don't get much time to ask myself those questions.
Quite right. Best not to react to all this too suddenly. Take some time to think about it all. For now, I think you ought to find Sarah, my son. You ought to talk things over with her.
So she's been lying to me all along?
Let her justify herself. What's done is done. Sarah must explain herself. You must clear the air. We'll have all the time we need to talk afterwards. But all in good time. Before you join her, I'd like to give you something. As a demon, I would like to introduce you to your first...
Attends, je vais avoir des pouvoirs maintenant.
What do you mean?
Open your mind, my son.
Mais quoi?
Relax. You hold immense power. It's already there, inside you. Empty your mind of all thoughts. Just let me show you the way.
I should relax.
Open your mind. Hear my voice. Feel the vibrations and listen to what has been happening to you deep inside, but which you have been concealing. Trust yourself. It's all already in there.
I can hear something.
Des
Now
petites voix.
breathe.
J'entends des petites voix.
It's a sound, very faint.
That's right. Concentrate on it. My voice is growing fainter, but I am here.
Whispers, words, mixed voices.
Focus on one of them. Don't be afraid.
I sense a stream. Some words are clear, but not all of them.
Let them enter into your mind.
Oh, je vais devenir légion, mec.
Hear them. Now I can hear a clear voice.
Well done, Louis. Congratulations.
What was it?
You are now able to read people's minds.
Mais quoi?
What?
You heard me. From now on, whenever a human speaks to you, you will
C'est le cheat.
read their current thoughts. So,
Mais attends, mais c'est le cheat total dans un jeu où il faut pas convaincre les gens et tout. C'est c'est le cheat le plus total.
you need to know something in particular from someone. All you have to do is make them think about it.
Ce serait un viol de son intimité, non?
But it'd be a violation of their most intimate thoughts, wouldn't it?
To begin with, there's nothing obliging you to do it. You already had the ability without even knowing it. I just gave you the option of putting it into practice if you want. Moreover, it would be wrong to evoke morality here. Every species is different, Louis, and this is the way we are made. That's
Mais quand
all
même,
there is to it.
y a pas d'histoire
You
de...
are free to use this talent or not. And what's more, it will be up to you to decide what to do with the thoughts you read. That is where the values of right and wrong do come into play. There are also a few rules you need to know that govern.
Nouveau son. C'est lire les pensées superficielles de vos interlocuteurs. Ouais, j'ai presque envie de pas l'utiliser. Mais pour moi, je pense que... Alors, j'adore Charles Xavier, j'adore Professeur X. Mais je trouve que c'est... comme je dit, c'est une violation de... Tu peux savoir exactement ce que tout le monde pense. Moi, je pense que c'est un pouvoir complètement cheaté. Et qui t'empêche d'être... comme il dit, c'est là que se pose le bon et le mal. Oui, c'est si t'écoutes leurs pensées, t'es pas obligé déjà. Et si tu le fais, interpréter leurs pensées, les utiliser contre eux ou pas, c'est ce moment-là que le bien et le mal se posent. Mais bon, je trouve que c'est quand même un peu trahir tous les gens à qui tu le fais, quoi.
This talent, when used between ourselves, you can read the thoughts of demons as well as of humans. But be careful. A demon more experienced than yourself will know that you are spying and will often react quite violently. It's considered bad form to play around the psyche of another demon. It's a question of courtesy. But let's be clear. What is most considered bad form is getting caught. So I would advise against trying to read the thoughts of Gregory, for example.
Home?
Yes, the old grump is touchy and rather a stickler about the conventions. On that note, go and see Sarah, Louis. Otherwise, she might leave without you. We'll continue this discussion later if you want. Just join me in my study when you've finished.
Lecture d'esprit. Vous êtes donné capable d'entendre les pensées superficielles de vos interlocuteurs. Chaque utilisation de lecture d'esprit coûte 1 point d'essence. Vous pouvez en récupérer 1 quand vous rencontrez une immunité. 2 quand vous exploitez une vulnérabilité et 3 quand vous consommez une croix de Malte. Ah, je récupère quand je rencontre une immunité. Après, je commence. J'y vais. Ben non, je... Et... Ah, j'y vais. Ah, je pourrais aller dans son esprit. Mais non, mais je vais pas aller dans son esprit. Il vient de me dire qu'il faut pas le faire entre...
You're right. I need to go now.
Tout à... ouais, je vais pas l'appeler papa, quoi. Non, mais oh.
See you later, Lord Mortimer.
One more thing. If you want to know the truth about your birth, ask her about Paris, 1763, at 12 Rue des Martyrs. That's where she disemboweled your mother to steal you from me.
Quoi? T'es tout? Attends, mais il y avait pas une histoire qu'apparemment on a fait pareil à Venise ou je sais pas quoi?
It's not that I regret all these discussions.
Attends, mais j'ai encore pris un malus là. Putain, casse les couilles.
But
Ah oui, mais c'est un
I
point,
must hurry
on
to
s'en
the
fout ça.
north.
Quoi? Attends, je suis jamais venu là. Oh. Putain, il y a plein de trucs là. Je suis pas venu là encore.
A Chinese
pièce, là?
coin, recognizable by the hole in the middle. If I remember rightly, that's called a cash.
Le cash. Bon bah allons mettre tout ça au clair avec ma main. Attends mais hein? Attends mais maman est morte. Mais qu'est-ce que t'as fait encore? Putain mais arrêtez de tous vous tuer avant que je pose les putains de questions.
Emily, what are you doing here? You wouldn't have seen... Mother? No!
Et putain mais voilà mais ah mais putain mais on se croirait dans un putain de série B quoi.
I am sorry.
What were you thinking?
Emma meant everything to me. Your mother destroyed everything by shooting her. She was me. And I
Mais elle est pas morte ta sœur, c'est toi qui l'as tuée putain.
was her.
Allez, bien sûr, allez, bah bien sûr, on saura jamais si c'est vraiment ma mère, Voilà, on saura jamais si maman était vraiment maman ou si elle a vraiment éventré ma mère biologique, quoi. Putain. Conviction, putain, je sais même plus, toi. Qu'est-ce que... Faut pas jouer sur l'interrogatoire et la logique.
Dear God, I beg you, make him kill me. I've had enough of it all. I no longer have the strength in me.
Tue-la. Tue-la. Je devais lui parler.
I needed to talk to her. She was going to tell me everything.
I am sorry. I did what Emma would have done.
Mais c'est pas Sarah qui a tué Emma, c'est toi.
You're the one who killed Emma, not my mother.
And it wouldn't have happened if Sarah hadn't struck out at Emma.
Ah oui, je suis con, c'est de la logique, mais je suis vraiment débile, moi. Je peux la tuer. Ok, disparaît de ma vue. Non mais nous on n'est pas comme ça, nous. On rend pas nos coups, quoi.
Get out of here. Why have you always lied to me? Why didn't you ever tell me I was his son?
Attends, quoi? Mais comment ça, je suis en retard? Mais putain, je peux pas être en retard, le jeu il m'a pas fait... Putain... Mais comment ça, j'ai... Mais comment ça, je suis arrivé en retard, littéralement? Littéralement, il s'est passé que des choses qui j'ai pas pu aller plus vite. Comment ça peut être un raté? Qu'est-ce que j'ai... C'est une blague, ce jeu. Mais comment ça, je suis pas arrivé à temps? Entre mon père et Jacques Perru, je pouvais pas arriver avant, hein. C'est pas possible, hein. Quoi, fallait pas que je pose autant de questions à mon père? Oh non, je suis à 94 points d'XP de montée de level, quoi. La blague. Mais j'ai rien à lire. Ouais, salut. Fils indigne. Mais ouais, voilà, fils indigne. Et conviction... Ma conviction coûte un point d'effort en plus, quoi. Vous avez laissé Lady Elsborough tuer Sarah, mais je l'ai pas laissé mourir. C'est le jeu qui m'a empêché. Ça a pété. Putain du cul. Putain du cul. Ah là, là, on est pas mal pour la bad ending, hein. On rate toutes les bons trucs, quoi. Par contre, j'ai gagné un point en occultisme. Ça, c'est bien. C'est quoi? C'est la conviction qui me coûte un point en plus, maintenant? Yes, quoi.
Rational and open. I spent my whole life swimming in lies. Emily.
Et mon énergie, là?
Waste.
Putain, mon énergie, quoi.
I feel like I know nothing. That I have to learn everything all over again. I'm a demon. I age
I'm a
slowly.
demon.
I can mentally manipulate people. I don't even know if it's a good thing or a curse.
Je peux me mettre au profit, mais...
No. No, this is an advantage. I could get used to this pretty quickly, I think.
Damn it, what a mess. Come on, man up, Louis. I'm still the same old me. Demon or not, I'm still in charge of my actions. And
C'est
this
ça.
father, I know nothing about. Yes, I've still got a lot to learn. It's enough to drive you crazy. Everything I believed in, nothing holds true anymore. Pull yourself together, man. I need to find some answers. There's no way of being alone for a minute.
Ouais, c'est relou, les gens. Pas me laisser tranquille 2 minutes, là? Il y a pas des trucs que j'aurais pas ramassé là-bas. Il y a quoi là-dedans, déjà?
All right, I've retrieved everything.
Il y a rien là pour soigner mon désaltération?
Incredulity of St. Thomas. Why is Caravaggio represented St. Thomas putting his finger in the wound?
Sir Gregory?
Good day, Louis. I think it would be good to talk. How are you feeling?
I don't know.
I understand. I heard that William spoke to you at last about our nature.
Salut tonton.
And our family.
Salut tonton Grégory.
But you must be a bit shaken up.
That's the least you can say.
I bid you welcome among us, Louis. Knowing William, he probably didn't go into any detail about our family. So if you have
Ah bon voilà, merci. Enfin quelqu'un qui va répondre à mes questions. Depuis quand nous existons?
How long has our family been in existence?
Mais putain, c'était une pute. Ah, il a une immunité, c'est tout. La conviction, putain. Ouais, j'ai gagné un point en logique comme ça. Yes.
Since the very beginning.
What do you mean exactly?
Are you trying
Ah, je le savais déjà moi. Ah, putain, mais je suis débile.
No, not at all. I was just wondering why that particular question seemed to disturb you.
Let us not insist then. You yourself weren't very convinced by the question, it seems.
What's Lord Mortimer's problem?
I think he allows himself to be devoured by a need for recognition.
Has he always been like that?
More or less, but thinking about it, I believe that the birth of our latest sibling greatly accentuated his discomfort.
Do you think he's jealous?
I didn't realize you were so good at behavioral analysis. Indeed, William certainly is prone to jealousy. Finding one's place, notably in the eyes of our father, is not easy, and we each do what we can to succeed. But I can't justify this perpetual rebellion against our rules.
C'est qui? Papa. Allez, c'est le chien.
How many of us are there in the family?
We are 8 brothers and sisters.
Non, bah du coup, pas la logique, c'est ça? Non, c'est la conviction.
What do you mean by brothers and sisters if we can change bodies?
You reason with logic. We have retained the human habit. When we first come into this world, we retain a certain attachment to our first envelope. If we are born as a man, we are brothers. If we are born as a woman, we are sisters. But I must admit, it has absolutely no real importance. They're just bodies.
Ils sont 8. C'est juste que il y en a 4 et ils ont spawn dans une femme et 4 dans un homme.
Well, tell me then, are there any other families like ours?
There are officially 7, but we're the oldest and therefore the most powerful.
Ah d'accord.
Is there a head of the family?
You'll see. You'll meet them all, of course, when you are ready. They created us and set out the rules, especially our father. As for our mother, she retired from the political stage. We don't see her much anymore. I think that all these questions simply bore her.
I see. There is still much to learn.
Yes, it's true. You've got some catching up to do, my boy. One thing you must understand regarding any disagreements that might arise between William and myself is his position with regard to mankind.
What do you mean?
Well, for centuries we've been trying to help and therefore preserve humanity. Monarchies are simple and practical. They enable us to inspire humanity efficiently, and I can't understand why William wants to replace them with democracy.
Mais il peut... En fait... C'est logique. Quand tu es un démon qui peut, entre guillemets, contrôler l'esprit des gens, tu fous un roi pour le peuple, un envoyé de Dieu, donc il n'y a rien à revoir, c'est un envoyé de Dieu, fermez vos gueules, vous l'écoutez. Donc du coup, tu as juste à convaincre le roi d'aller dans la direction que tu veux. Alors qu'une démocratie, bah, c'est élu par le peuple. Tu peux pas contrôler l'esprit de 62 millions de Français. Donc du coup, partir sur la démocratie, ça se trouve, William, il essaye de faire en sorte que les démons contrôlent un peu de moins en moins le déroulé de... contrôle de moins en moins les humains, en fait. Même si avec George Washington, et encore c'est les premières démocraties, même si avec George Washington, il contrôle un peu si dans 5 ans, il vire Washington du pouvoir, Mortimer, il aura tout essayé. S'il n'a pas convaincu les 60 millions Ils sont pas 60 millions à l'époque en Amérique, mais voilà, vous m'avez compris.
But if your intention is not to dominate the human race, why not let them be master of their own destinies?
Ouais,
I
exactement.
perfectly understand this type of reaction from you. Less from William. The main thing you're lacking is time. Man is transient, and one of his particularities is that he does not learn from the errors of his peers. He uses up an incredible amount of energy building and destroying whatever he himself has put into place. If we weren't here to help them, guide them, I sincerely believe that humanity would have become extinct by now. We are eternal, Louis. When we plan ahead, we do it for the long term.
Yes, I understand, but that's more like tyranny, isn't it?
Well, it's all a question of your point of view. From man's point of view, I can understand how he would have that impression if ever he found out. But don't forget your true nature. From the demon's point of view, in other words, ours, letting man do as he thinks fit would equate to letting him race to his own demise.
But what about man's freedom to choose?
That is man's worst enemy, Louis. Imagine a creature that dies without reaching the age of adulthood. It remains a child. We have to help him, otherwise he will put himself in danger. It has taken centuries for our family to establish relative peace between demons. Thanks to this policy, we have been able to decide everything by confining the other families to subordinate roles. And now William is obsessed with disrupting everything.
Peace between demons? What do you mean?
I'm not talking about conflicts within our family. If that was all there was, everything would be fine. But several other families, younger but nonetheless powerful, are trying to upset the balance. At present, we dominate most of the major countries around the globe. But some families are pushing, via less influential countries, to gain ground. Do you understand?
As best I can, yes.
When the time comes, you must take up a position on the political chessboard. I only hope your father doesn't take you down with him.
Est-il en danger?
Are you trying to warn me that I'm in danger?
That, Louis, will be up to you to choose. Most of all, make sure you don't pick the wrong side. William has had all the time he needs to think about this. You do not. I'm sorry to say this, but this first choice might well be of capital importance to your future. I want you to make an informed choice. Now go and see your father, see what he has to say, and then think it over very carefully.
That's exactly what I intended to do. Thank you, Uncle.
Don't mention it. If I've been able to help you in any way, go now.
Comme il l'a vraiment appelé Uncle, c'est pas moi qui choisis. Hein. Moi, je voulais rester très formel sur Sir Holm et Sir Gregory et Sir Mortimer. Mais il a décidé que... C'est le jeu qui a décidé lui-même d'appeler Sir Gregory tonton. Truc à voler lui dans ses affaires. Ah voilà. Hey. Ah, Louis, arrêtez de vous bugger s'il vous plaît. Hop.
Portrait of George Washington.
Un truc qui aurait été bien, mais je pense que je l'aurais pas, c'était ça. Mais c'est science occultisme, mais je suis pas du tout parti là-dessus, quoi. Ah. Un point... Ah bah tiens, Piaggi. Bonjour.
I haven't the time.
D'accord. Si j'ai oublié des trucs dans la chambre de l'autre là.
A novel of the initiation of a young woman.
Ah bah tiens.
Into a
Un
polite
livre.
society.
Putain, je l'avais pas vu la dernière fois ce livre. Ça me sert, tiens. C'est quoi, une immunité pour elle est où? Pour Elisabeth Adam alors qu'elle est plus là, quoi. Ah mais hâte de te bugger, Louis. Non mais je vois ça, Sœur Piaggi, que vous avez, éminence, que vous avez pas le temps. Assis sur votre chaise à attendre. Oh bah tiens.
Louis, busy as always, I see. How lucky you are. I must admit I'm trying to kill the boredom myself.
C'est moi que je puisse
I
dire.
get the impression we're all in the same boat.
And here I was thinking you might have some juicy gossip.
Me? No, nothing at all. And you?
I would like to be able to say yes, but it's been dead quiet. The only one with anything to say is Duke Manuel. But with that accent of his, I don't understand a word he says. It's exasperating.
Right. I've wasted enough time. I'll keep our conversation to myself, Mr. President. Anyway, I must be going now.
See you later, Louis.
Mais c'est bon, je perds du temps pourquoi maintenant? Ma mère est morte. Voilà. Ah, maintenant je suis obligé de rester sur le fait que apparemment ma mère n'était pas ma mère. Voilà. Donc vraiment, Sarah de Richer à découvrir jamais. Tout comme Emma. Voilà. Donne 3 points d'essence. Ah oui.
Louis, I was sure you would stay. I'm proud of you.
Bah, je suis pas, t'as pas obligé, hein. Ma mère est morte.
You must have been disappointed not to have been able to speak to Sarah one last time. I would have liked her to tell you herself.
Well, I guess I'll never know now.
True. Even so, there is one more thing I haven't told you about her. Sarah was my daughter.
Mais quoi? Mais...
But why didn't you tell me the truth about her?
That might be too many truths to absorb at one time. I intended to tell you afterwards.
Mais quoi? Mais... Donc, Sarah, c'était ta fille. Mais tu as eu un autre... Tu m'as eu moi avec une autre femme. Donc du coup, Sarah m'a kidnappé. Donc du coup, ma sœur s'est fait passer pour ma mère. Oh là 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 là.
You were in a hurry, so I made a decision. You've been able to understand and choose for yourself. How do you feel?
Hard to say.
Complètement intrigué là.
Quite curious to find out more. My whole way of thinking has been blown apart in just a couple hours.
What could be more normal? It may have been a bit brutal, but you've just grown up in a very short space of time.
Est-ce que comme t'es riche, Mortimer, t'aurais pas un truc pour ma main là?
I will guide you. We've all...
Un crochet ou un truc dans le genre?
You're not the first to make me that offer.
What do you mean by that?
Your brother, Sir Gregory.
Gregory. Why am I not
Gregory?
surprised?
Gregory?
What did he say?
Ah, attends, parce que... Conviction et science. Je m'inquiète pour vous.
I think he's worried about you.
Worried? Marvelous. That's just like him. You know, in a family like ours, we all have a role to play. And his is to worry about everyone else. Let me reassure you, there's no reason for him to worry about me.
And what's your role in this family?
Mine? Oh, I think they probably feel I'm the eternal naysayer, I suppose. I think one mustn't be afraid of change, and that it is healthy to challenge oneself at regular intervals. I don't impose anything on anyone. I'm just following my own path.
But where does it lead?
I suppose I should explain. For centuries now, demons have emerged in and around great leaders all over the world. But like true tyrants, they have governed with an iron fist in a studded glove.
That's the impression I get.
But you see, people's discontent is increasing, and they are too high up to hear it. They take themselves for gods. Sooner or later, the people will turn against us, just as they have in the past. Each time it's happened, many of us have died. We must master the humans, yes, but gently. And the best way of doing that is by allowing them a free choice, Louis.
You really are trying to liberate men.
Of course not entirely, no. It is easier to keep control over people who slumber than people who are oppressed. A man with nothing to lose is a dangerous man. Whereas if you give him a roof, food, and entertainment, he will do whatever you want. The best way of getting them to achieve something is to make them think it was their idea. For that, they have to feel as if they are free.
Hang on. What do you mean?
Look at the United States. From the start, I introduced an idea that will change everything. The idea that everything is possible. Everyone can become someone.
American Dream.
More beautiful.
L'American Dream, c'est Mortimer, quoi. Live the American Dream.
You mean it's not true?
Man can move mountains when he believes it is in his own interest. And what nobler cause is there than his own freedom?
Do you have any more examples?
Of course.
Esclavage,
Talk to me about slavery.
Well, take the slave trade, for example. It's an archaic practice that simply has to stop.
Ok, tu gagnes un point. Mortimer, tu gagnes un point.
Slaves of America work for free and in unbearable conditions. Tomorrow, if you free the blacks and offer them work along with a salary, they will bless you for it. Then, they will be integrated into the system. They will be taxable. Once they are free, they will have to work for a roof, pay taxes, and feed their families. Maybe we could take away the civil rights of prisoners, for example. In this way, we'll keep control of all those who respect the system and benefit from the others as workforce.
Non, parce que c'est un truc fou à quel point voir un truc bien, mais en même temps le tourner assez mauvais. Assez mauvais comme... ouais, pour le moment, les esclaves, faut arrêter ça, c'est un peu inhumain, quoi. Ils payent pas de taxes. Alors que s'ils sont plus esclaves, bon bah ils vont travailler comme tout le monde, gagner de l'argent et du coup être taxés, quoi. C'est une vision, alors c'est une vision pessimiste, en même temps optimiste sur l'esclavagisme, quoi.
What obscurantism! By harping on this concept of good and evil, guilt and redemption, look where men are now. Locked up in beliefs that should no longer exist. It's time for men to rediscover themselves and to take control of their lives as they really are, without any moral judgment.
And what would you propose for women?
They must be given the right to work and to vote.
Non mais... Et j'adore parce que le jeu va me faire choisir entre Holm et et Mortimer. Juste Mortimer, c'est... bah c'est quelqu'un de sensé aujourd'hui, quoi. C'est quelqu'un qui a un minimum sensé aujourd'hui, quoi. Les femmes sont égales, sont notre ego. Les noirs, bah, ils sont notre ego aussi, ils n'ont pas besoin des esclaves. Et la foi, c'est juste un bon moyen de contrôler les moutons, quoi. Genre... Mortimer, bah, c'est moi, quoi. C'est ma pensée à moi, quoi. Et à beaucoup de gens, j'espère. Et comme devrait penser tout le monde, mais bon. Hein, on connaît l'histoire. Putain, du coup, le jeu est un connard, parce que du coup, le jeu est en train d'essayer de me faire choisir entre quelqu'un de sensé logique, de sensé à notre époque, ou être un putain de monarchiste, quoi.
At the moment, they don't work. They take care of raising children. What a mistake. We have to get them out of the house. Make them work. In this way, not only will they become consumers, but they will also delegate the job of education to the system. We could guide humanity from a young age, Louis, don't you see? Today we are wasting too much time.
Mais si le système est mauvais, l'éducation des gosses, elle est encore pire. Alors, ça marche dans les deux sens, parce que si t'es, du coup, ça marche aussi dans les deux sens. Hein. Si ta mère, c'est ta mère qui t'éduque, mais qu'elle vient d'une famille de gros racistes, bah, tu deviens raciste, etc. Ça marche dans les deux sens, je veux dire, mais... Par contre... Mortimer, le capitalisme overpower, quoi. Hein. Le capitalisme à son paroxysme, hein, quand même. Hein. Mec, faut que tout le monde travaille pour pouvoir consommer, quoi.
Tell me what you think about progress.
Progress is essential, Louis. It's the future.
What else?
Progress must liberate humanity from burdensome chores. Progress must replace man wherever his presence is not obligatory. It creates both the desire and the need. It will liberate women.
C'est un putain de capitaliste.
Machines are able to do all the chores in the home automatically. It will bring men together by bringing a faster means of locomotion. Look at the cultural revolution that printing brought about. But the most important of all has already been laid. The foundation stone. Freedom of speech. The First Amendment of the Constitution. There must be opponents to every project. So, above all, don't develop a one-track approach. Otherwise, man won't have enough room for expression to feel free. If man sees his chains, he will only want to break them. If we give men the feeling that they are free, I am convinced that they will exceed their limits. And it is only from that condition that humanity shall rise.
Donc, on va résumer. On va faire un petit résumé là, vite fait. Il y a beaucoup d'infos. Voilà. Du coup, là, on a deux choix. À ce que je comprends, on va avoir deux choix. Entre Grégory et Mortimer. Choix de Grégory. On laisse les royautés en place. On laisse les rois, etc., les tsars, etc., en place. Ce qui, des cas du coup d'après Mortimer, ne mènera que à des révolutions, aux humains à se révolter et à devoir, nous les démons, recommencer de zéro. Ce qui est logique. Mais en gros, littéralement, c'est laisser les rois et garder esclave le peuple, nous en tant que démons. Ou Mortimer, c'est faire croire au peuple qu'on le libère pour le garder esclave sans qu'il s'en rende compte. Voilà. En fait, mon choix, il est plutôt... Déjà, dans tous les cas, mon choix, il est bloqué, quoi. Il faut que je rende esclaves les humains. Mais, de quelle manière? C'est juste ça, en fait. C'est juste de quelle manière je les rends esclaves. En leur disant qu'ils sont esclaves ou en leur laissant croire qu'ils ne le sont pas. Je vais suivre. En vrai, je vous le dis tout de suite, je vais suivre Mortimer parce que. En fait, suivre Holm, c'est juste répéter une boucle. Ça serait juste répéter une boucle. Parce que si on suit Holm, ok, on va laisser les royautés. Ok, on va laisser un seul roi qui va diriger tout le monde. Ce sera plus simple pour nous, les démons, entre guillemets. De contrôler l'avenir des humains. C'est juste que, comme il le dit, à un moment, les humains ils vont se révolter parce qu'ils vont se rendre compte qu'ils sont pris pour des putains de pigeons, quoi. Et donc, du coup, ils vont se révolter. Et à ce moment-là, ça va juste foutre le bordel. Et après, on va juste recommencer parce que l'histoire se répète over and over. Hein. Ça, c'est sûr et certain. On a beau avoir des putains de livres d'histoire, on répète les mêmes erreurs tout le temps. Donc, vraiment, moi, je pense que faut suivre Morty. Moi, je préfère. C'est la matrice. Moi, je préfère la matrice. Bah. Alors, en fait, c'est même pas la question de la matrice ou pas la matrice. Parce que c'est vraiment soit la matrice, soit une matrice, mais un peu plus pourrie pour les humains. Parce que, être des servants avec les noirs sont des esclaves. Et si ton roi il te dit donne-moi tout ton blé, tu lui donnes tout ton blé. Voilà. Alors que côté de Mortimer, bon, ça reste tous des esclaves du capitalisme en plus. Il y aura pire chose. Mais au moins, il a l'impression d'être libre. En fait, comme on peut pas lui offrir la pure liberté à l'humain, autant lui offrir l'illusion de la liberté. Plutôt que juste l'enfermer, en fait. C'est encore pire.
But Do you want to dominate or raise humanity higher?
I want it to advance. I want it to progress. Man is our vessel. If he progresses, then so do we. Wouldn't you like to know what we really are?
Who do you mean? Demons?
Yes, us. Our species. I've been searching for centuries, trying to find a way to explain the reason of our existence. But humanity has not yet evolved enough to make any progress on the subject. I am convinced that the sciences will bring that knowledge someday.
So, that's your objective, is it? To understand who we are.
Ça reste de la manipulation, mais c'est soit de la manipulation directe, soit de la manipulation indirecte. Dans l'un des deux cas, c'est tous des putains d'esclaves. Dans l'autre cas, ils sont des esclaves, mais de leur plein gré, sans vouloir. Voilà, donc vraiment, pourquoi pas après tout, hein.
I see your point.
Our family clings to its privileges and to the past, and that's how they are putting us in danger. The time has come for change. Now that you know your true nature, there are still a few things I need to teach you.
What do you mean exactly?
A new skill, and not the least, Louis. It's about taking control of
Non, mais non. Non, mais on se calme. Je veux déjà pas lire leurs pensées. Je l'ai lu tout à l'heure pour la question, parce que l'autre elle m'a cassé les couilles et tué ma mère. Mais
I don't see how I could do that.
I shall help you the first time.
How do you do it?
It's an animal resonance. How it works is still a bit unclear even to us.
Like a wave or a sound?
That seems the most likely, yes. In my opinion, demons are capable of tuning their psychic frequency to that of others. That is why, for example, I tend to surround myself with deaf and dumb servants. The servants dressed in black. I infiltrated them.
hein? On n'a pas vu de servants noirs. En noir, pas des servants noirs, des servants en noir.
I opened a channel between them and me, and then I deprived them of speech and hearing. This way, no other demon can turn them against me.
Okay, let's not waste any more time.
I deduce that you're impatient to master what's in store for you. That is good. I thought I'd mix business with pleasure for this first time.
What do you mean by that?
The conference will come to a close shortly, as you know. Not that I'm fed up with archaic diplomacy, but it's time to ensure the success of this project. To make this happen, I would like Piaget to inform the Pope he has changed sides.
You're going to use your powers to alter the votes?
The real game is about to begin, Louis. Up till now, the guests have been sizing each other up. From now on, it's time for Gregory and myself to play, as well as you yourself. Now, here is my plan. I would like you to join His Eminence in his room.
Just play along. We'll see when the time comes. Very well. And then?
You're going to have to trust me. What we're going to do is painless for the human you are going to invade.
Invade?
Yes. You're going to enter his mind and take control. You're going to influence his actions and his psyche. Make him speak, then concentrate. You must focus on him in order to feel his thoughts. Then, while speaking, you must link with him. Once you're done, you will naturally find your way to the source and enter into his thoughts.
But what if I fail?
Trust in your instincts. You just have to let yourself go. You have the skill. Let your nature come to the fore. You'll see. If you fail, you'll be in for some light banter with His Eminence. That's all. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Very well.
Perfect. Go now. The Cardinal is in his room. You will have to write a letter to the Pope as if Piaget had written it himself. In this letter, tell the Pope that whatever happens during the conference, he must follow my propositions. But be careful. In order to protect himself from counterfeiters, the Pope had Piaget's hand tattooed with a symbol to be sure of his identity. You'll see when you're inside him. You'll understand. Once it's written up, just bring it back to me, and I'll send it off immediately.
All right, I'll take care of it.
Non, mais ne pas le faire, c'est suivre Sir Holm, du coup. Ne pas le faire, c'est suivre Holm, en fait. Ah, mais je trouve que c'est pas la meilleure manière, quoi. Pour moi, c'est pas la meilleure manière de faire les choses, hein, mon cher papa. 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 Non, papa. Votre éminence. Frappe avant de rentrer.
Ah, well, Louis, what brings you back to my chambers?
May I sit down?
Of course, Louis. Don't you feel good?
Yes, but if I'm gonna pass inside you, I'd better sit myself down first. It's nothing, don't worry about it.
Well, what can I do for you?
Right. Now I need to concentrate. I wanted to speak to you, Your Eminence.
Piedji. Papa joue sur la logique avec lui.
I wanted to thank you for your help. I mean, for your time talking to me about the Holy Lance.
Oh, and did you find it? It's the crusade of a lifetime.
J'ai découvert un autre. Yes, interrogatoire, manipulation.
You are searching for another holy grail.
You're nearly there. Link into his thoughts. Does it annoy you at all?
But what on earth is he trying to get at? Why do you ask, Louis? I don't follow.
For the glory, Your Eminence. I can feel it coming. It's working.
What insolence? Why, really? I am a man of the church, Louis. May God keep me from such ambitions.
Right. Let me in, Your Eminence.
Why?
I've done it. I've done it, damn it. He was right. This is just crazy. I can't believe it. Look at yourself, Louis. You better not get caught. Whoa. I still need to get used to this body. So, let's see about what Mortimer asked me. Right. Well, it's time I got started.
Bon,
Let's see what I can find here.
Faut pas qu'on rate cette lettre.
I have no means to validate my forgery, so I better take my time with it and not make any mistakes. There are 2 letters from the Pope on the desk. I should be able to get a clue or 2 by checking how well they correspond to each other. And here are 3 stamps. All are different.
Alors, lisons les 2 lettres déjà. Mon cher Giuseppe, mon état de santé ne permettant pas d'honorer l'invitation de Sir Holmes chez Lord Mortimer, je vous prie de bien vouloir vous y rendre afin de siéger en mon nom à un colloque. Vous manifesterez bien entendu ma reconnaissance à vos hôtes. Consolidez vos accords avec Sir Gregory et informez-le que son entreprise concernant l'évêque cardinal Chiaramonti suit son cours. Je vous renouvelle toute ma confiance. Dieu vous bénisse et vous protège. SS Giovanni Angelico Braschi. PS, n'utilisez plus votre tampon personnel quand vous m'écrivez. Changez de tampon pour celui figurant ma devise. « 3112 et 5112 JFGHFJ. Bon, je reprends attendez, je vais encore reprendre. Moi, je suis un mec comme ça. Alors, il y a des points et après ça va en G, J, G, H, F, J. Et il s'appelle S.S. Giovanni Angelico Bracci. C'est celui qu'on remplace. Le pape pense que c'est lui qui est ici en fait. Mon cher Giuseppe, je vous sais en route pour la résidence de Lord Mortimer. J'espère que vous ferez un bon voyage, bien que vous soyez emmené à travers les campagnes françaises actuellement très agitées. Cette mission est capitale, mon ami, sachez-le. Dieu vous bénisse et vous protège. SS Giovanni Angelico Bracci, encore. Mais cette fois, c'est marqué EH HBCF. Ça, c'était avant. Alors ça, c'est le 17. On va voir ce cas où les dates sont d'importance. Et l'autre, c'était quand? Le 31. 12. 1792. Ok. Bon, déjà, on a ça. Créer un code.
Right. Well, let's start writing. Lord Mortimer asked me to discredit Sir Gregory and to announce Piaggi's final vote in his favor. As an introduction, Your Holiness, thank you for your trust.
Discréditer les deux. Attends, mais tu veux dire que je peux faire bande à part? Je comprends pas. Mais à la fin, il y aura un vote.
It turns out, now that I'm here, that I find Lord Mortimer's projects grant us many more advantages in comparison to what Sir Gregory had suggested. We are talking about the future of the Holy See. There. That should be enough to justify the change of vote.
Écrire le code.
There's a kind of code composed of 6 letters that they always write under the dates of their correspondence. According to Mortimer, it's got something to do with Piaggi's tattoo. I guess I'll have to write one for today's date. Now, ideally, it'd be better to do without it, but I'm going to need to be extremely clever here. Today, the date is 24/01/1793.
On est le 24/01/1793.
In the letters from the Pope, there are 6 letters just below the date, 2 just below the month, 4 others below the year. Piaggi's tattoo. It must be used to establish a connection between the letter of the concentric circle and the number shown in the middle.
Tu vas voir ta main? J, c'est un 3. J, c'est un 3, hein? Ben non, c'est un 2.
Some figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code.
Le jour n'est pas traduit. Comment ça, le jour n'est pas traduit? Arrête de bouger ta main, putain. Oui, le mois et l'année. Parce que comme on a changé d'année, On a changé d'année, on est avancé de 1, c'est ça? H. 1, J, H. A, B, C, D, E, F, J, H. G, H, c'est ça, on a avancé d'une. Bah non, ça n'a pas de sens. Parce que le 7, il est devenu un H. Alors qu'avant, c'était un B. Alors que maintenant, c'est un B. Quoi? Celui-là, le 1, l'année précédente, donc l'année d'avant. Le 1, c'était un G. Cette année, le 1, il est devenu un H. JH. Ok, logique. Mais le 7, du coup, qui était un H, cette année, il est devenu un B. Ah, de bouger la main dans tous les sens, tu me perturbes, toi. Et le 9, qui était un F, il est devenu un C. Ah, attends. Le G est devenu un H. Le H est devenu un B. Le F est devenu un C. Attends. Le G qui était un 1 est devenu un H. Du coup, le 7 est devenu un B. Et le 9. Ok. Qui c'est que la logique dans cette putain de main là? Pourquoi c'est quoi ces chiffres là? Quand tu dis, il n'y a pas un truc du genre n'utilisez pas n'utilisez pas votre code.
01 1793.
Attends, on recommence depuis le début. Non, je peux pas revenir en arrière. Comment on revient en arrière? Attends, il y avait un truc dans les lettres. N'utilisez pas votre code. Ah oui, alors attends, et du coup, nous, on est le 24-01 1990. Déjà, on compte pas le 24, on s'en fout du 24. Alors du coup, on est toujours le même mois. Attends, on est toujours le même mois. Donc du coup, ça aurait été EH, mais pourquoi c'est pas EH du coup? Et on est le même mois et la même année. Mais c'est pas le même code du coup. Tu peux réfléchir à la logique du code s'il te plaît? Changer la dernière lettre.
In the letters from the Pope, there are 6 letters just below the date, 2 just below the month, 4 others below the year. Piaggi's tattoo. It must be used to establish a connection between the letter of the concentric circle and the number shown in the middle. Some figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code. Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Non, je vais me passer du code, je peux pas. Non. J'ai voulu utiliser en mode je vais passer du code, mais je peux pas. Je peux pas. Je peux pas descendre en bas. Ah si, voilà.
I could pretend that the code got erased during the voyage, as if the letter arrived in real.
Allez, je suis devenu faussaire. Un point en subterfuge.
Bad condition.
Un point en subterfuge, allez. C'est où le subterfuge déjà? C'est là?
That would be perfectly understandable given that it's traveled across the seas, right?
Allez. J'ai rien compris, je cheat. On a plus le temps, là. Nous on réfléchit plus, nous on a plus le temps, on passe. On a dû rassuraliser un tampon. J'ai vu un indice pour lui du tampon.
One of the letters, the Pope asked Piaggi to change and to stop using his personal stamp. He asked him to use the one with the Pope's motto on it.
Je la connais.
And I remember that. Flore in domo domini.
Floro in domo domini. Domo domini. Je sais ce que c'est.
On it is written, Flore in domo domini.
Ah bah voilà.
This seal is different to the one Piaggi used for the letter he gave me. Yes, I'm certain of it. Giustizia, misericordia e umiltà. Boy, I gotta brush up my foreign languages. Piaggi once gave me a sealed letter. It had the same seal on it. I remember now.
Ah, déjà c'est pas celui-là du coup, j'allais dire. Du coup déjà c'est pas celui de droite, mais celui de gauche. Une croix, c'est ça?
A circle with a cross inside. Now, I distinctly remember this seal that Piaggi used on the letter he gave me. This isn't the same stamp.
Your Eminence, all ready to send... What's he doing here?
Damn it.
Putain, mais je me prends des décontenancés dans la gueule, quoi.
All I need.
Don't worry, he can't hear us.
What do you mean he can't hear us? What's going on here, Piaggi?
Ah non, l'occultisme, c'est pas... Faut pas faire de l'occultisme contre lui. On avait déjà? Non, je crois qu'il faut pas faire de l'occultisme contre lui, quoi.
The old goat is going to drop us. It's a lousy turncoat. Oh, he'd better not tell me he just fell asleep.
Calm down now. Monsieur de Richet came to see me because he was having anxiety attacks and wanted something to help him relax. I'm afraid I've been a little heavy-handed.
You can say that again.
I was about to fetch someone to take care of him. Would you care to go?
There he is, and there he stays. The perfect opportunity.
What do you mean?
It's been a while now that I've been hoping for a chance to get rid of him. Can you keep a secret?
Of course, my son. Would you like to tell me under the confidentiality of confession?
Ah, don't talk rubbish. I don't trust the little runt because he is Mortimer's son.
Comment il sait, lui?
Would you believe it?
How does he know?
Dear God, how is that possible? I am flabbergasted.
We faced it
Je
enough
suis
time.
pan, toi.
If he wakes up, if you don't want to get your hands dirty, just turn away and leave everything to me.
This is not a decision to be taken lightly.
You're defending him now.
What are you talking about? Of course not.
He's made you change sides, hasn't he?
Donc c'est quoi qu'on a... Putain, j'oublie très vite. Diversion.
I am certain that Sir Gregory would be opposed.
You know nothing.
Mais putain, ah oui, je suis drogué aussi. J'ai trop bu.
I know Sir Gregory better
That's
than...
against the rules of the conference, Monsieur von Volna. I refuse to go against Sir Gregory.
Right.
Monsieur von Volna, I always act in the best interest of all. I assure you.
Everyone's entitled to an opinion.
You must have lost your mind to want to take such an extreme course of action.
No one's asking you to help me do it. He is capable of reporting me to Sir Gregory. I'm really risking my neck here.
Et alors, ce que je disais que je vais pas l'utiliser, mais en vrai, c'est du cheat, quoi.
If you lay a finger on him, I'll denounce you to Sir Gregory. I'm warning you.
You old weasel. Very well.
C'est tellement cheaté, en vrai. Les mecs, ils me disent leurs points faibles, en fait.
That comes into your head.
I don't know what the two of you are up to, but I'll find out sooner or later.
Right. Time for me to get back in my body. Right. Don't just stand there, Louis. Mortimer's waiting for you in the red salon.
Échappée belle. Il y a un point en compétence en diversion. Ah, je l'ai empêché de m'empoisonner. J'ai quelques bonus et quelques malus, ouais.
Emily, can I come in?
No, it's not a good time. Not right now. Leave me alone.
I can tell from your voice that there's something wrong. Let me in. We have to talk, Emily.
I said no, goddamn you.
J'entre quand même. Une femme me dit non, j'y vais quand même. Faut qu'on parle, Emily. Voilà, ça va pas. Je sais que ça va pas.
Drinking. Why aren't I surprised? Do you think you'll find the solution in alcohol?
Get out of here, Louis. I told you not to come in.
First your sister, now my mother? How far will your anger go?
Do you really think I'm not suffering? You know nothing. You understand
Snow.
nothing.
You know
On
nothing,
the
Snow.
contrary, everything that goes on in here is much bigger than you and me. You made your choices and now you're going to have to take responsibility for them. Look, I must tell you something important. Emily, listen to me.
I'm fed up with talking.
It's about what's happening here. It's about Mortimer and home.
I know they are demons.
That's not all.
Go on.
I'm one of them, Emily. I'm a demon too.
I know.
Mais quoi? Mais putain, mais...
Sir Gregory stopped by to tell me.
Mais le monde entier, il est au
He
courant!
wanted to bid me a welcome.
I don't understand.
Welcome to the family.
You? You're his daughter?
Mortimer's daughter, Louis.
That makes you...
Mais c'est maman! Ça va dans tous les sens. Ah oui, du coup, en tuant Sarah, Sarah est rentrée dans sa tête. Oh là là, mais bordel, mais... mais ce bordel, oh là là.
Sister?
Yes.
Donc du coup, ma mère?
Just did that we. I feel so ashamed, Louis. And that
Mais quoi? Mais attends, mais t'es pas ma mère. T'es aussi mon autre sœur. Attends, mais j'ai combien de sœurs?
Emma is your sister too.
Shit. I spent the night with my own sister?
I was.
Mais... Ah, mais biologiquement? Tu veux dire au niveau biologique? Ah, mais c'est encore pire. Coucher avec ma sœur.
Attracted to you from the moment we first spoke on the boat. And now I understand why. Do you realize what that means? I'm a monster.
Non, c'est ma demi-sœur. Moi aussi, je suis attiré. mais j'ai pas compris. Biologiquement, on est frères et sœurs ou juste parce que t'es un démon aussi? Je comprends plus. Expliquez-moi. Moi aussi, je suis attiré.
I am one as well. When I think of my feelings for you, that feeling, it hurts all of a sudden. She's there. I can feel her inside me. She's trying to read my thoughts. Emily, don't do that. Get out of my mind, please.
Non, c'est juste... C'est ma sœur Demon. C'est pas ma sœur biologiquement. Si? Pour que ça soit... Ah si, c'est aussi ma sœur biologiquement parce que sinon elle pourrait pas être un démon, c'est ça? Je sais rien, je comprends rien.
Sorry, Louis. I didn't want to.
I have a sister.
It's very strange for me too.
Mais ma mère aussi c'était ma sœur, putain, mais je comprends plus rien. C'est biologique ou c'est juste parce qu'on est des démons tous les deux?
A sister for a brother.
Yes.
Yes. I must get some rest. I must ask you to leave me now.
All right, but don't finish that bottle.
Don't start now. I would like to get some sleep.
I'll be leaving you then. Thank you, Emily.
Très beau porte-jartel, madame. Et je comprends plus rien. Mais biologiquement... Mais parce que biologiquement, vu qu'on est démon, on peut changer de corps. Donc, au niveau du sang, on n'aura plus le même sang. Attends, je fouille. Hein. Je sais pas si j'ai pas oublié des trucs. Oh, une femme nue dans son lit, je devrais en profiter. Là, d'une blague. Calmez-vous. Ah oui, truc. Voilà.
Consume without excess.
Il y a une truc là. Ah bah tiens.
Golden elixir. I'll keep it for later.
Ah, dans la salle à manger, merde. Non, c'est pas là la salle à manger, mon cher. J'avais tout pris ce qu'il y avait là. Ah oui. Mm-hmm.
So, Louis, what was your first time like?
Non, on va pas avoir cette conversation, papa. Je rigole.
I have to admit, the experience was utterly amazing.
Come, tell me more.
Du moins la prochaine fois.
Everything went as planned. I didn't encounter any particular difficulties.
Well done, you. On my first try, well, it took me 3 goes. But you did it. Gregory, what can I do for you?
I've just come to make sure dear Louis has all the information he needs.
Needs for what?
You are free to make your own choices, William. I would like the same for him too.
There's nothing I want more, Gregory.
Your schemes will lead to your demise, brother. Don't involve Louis. He has nothing to do with all this. The end of the conference approaches, and this masquerade will soon be torn asunder. Don't drag him down with you in your disgrace.
O ye of little faith.
On the contrary, brother, Louis has just entered the family. Give him a chance to find his place.
His place?
What place is that?
At the end of a leash, like all the others.
Don't listen to him. He's angry with our father.
And with good reason. He governs us in the same way he governs humanity. Through fear and submission.
Same old tune. When will you understand that it's necessary to impose order for things to move forward properly?
You are under his thumb and proud of it. Open your eyes for crying out
Sam.
loud. His whole system has become outdated, and he's too old to see it. He will lead us to our demise.
Here he goes with another of his grand speeches. William has always been fond of staging big scenes. It's his theatrical side.
Attends, psychologie envers qui là? Je suis là. En tous les cas.
Does he have an inferiority complex?
I've told him time and time again, Louis. He always has to take it one step too far.
How dare you? You are blind, brother. Even if the evidence bit you on the nose, you still wouldn't see it. I feel sorry for you.
Tea is drunk hot or not at all, William. When will you learn? It's too bitter. You shouldn't let it brew so long.
I knew you'd be coming along. You are so predictable.
Methodical, I would say. Things must be accomplished in the right order if we want the world to keep turning as it does.
Interrogatoire. Non, je crois qu'il n'y en a aucun des deux interrogatoire.
You came here to warn me, sir.
No, to advise you.
Advise me against my father. Why?
I think you are capable of deciding for...
You haven't answered my question. Why warn me against my father? What are you afraid he will do to me?
Well, I wouldn't want him to lead you into... I don't know what absurd adventure in
You
which...
act as though I were in danger.
I agree with Louis, Gregory. You're trying to pass me off as a villain about to devour him.
That's not funny, William. I won't let him follow you.
You see, Louis, Gregory came here to make you change your mind. It's time for things to change. I acknowledge Father has done many good things for humanity, but his time is over, and now he must pass on the torch.
That's enough. There, Louis. That's the pathetic example your father has to offer. I really am sorry about what happened to you. You don't know our family yet. We can't have given you a very good impression, but bear in mind that we are all against William's project.
On the contrary.
If he insists on going through with it, we will have no other choice than to intervene by force. Consequently, my dear Louis, you're going to have to choose sides. I would much rather have met you in different circumstances.
There you are, Louis. See what happens when you don't follow their orders to the letter.
Louis, I'm afraid the time to decide is now. If you follow William, he will drag you down with him. If, on the other hand, you support me, I can assure you that nothing will happen to you. You won't be blamed for your father's errors.
Ah, the masks are off. I offer you liberty. He obliges you to choose, and shamelessly asks you to betray your own father. That is their true face.
Right. Before I answer, well, I'd better think it over very carefully. Do I intend to embrace my demon nature and take my place on the chessboard? Do I stay out of it and do my utmost to stop them? Or do I renounce my nature and do all I can to stay human?
Mais si je suis un démon, je rejoins qui? Je suis un homme, je suis un démon. Je suis un homme.
I was born a man. I grew up as such. Finding out that I'm a demon makes no difference. I refuse to let them manipulate humanity the way they do. They're gonna ask me to choose between them. I'll just have to go with the lesser evil of the two. But they better not count on me to keep my word. I'll bring them all down.
So? What do you choose, Louis?
Il a empoisonné son putain de thé. Balement pire des deux, Mortimer, et je vais tous vous faire tomber.
I shall follow my father, Sir Gregory.
Very well.
Ah, mais du coup, j'aurais dû les discréditer tous les deux auprès du pape. Ah merde! Ah merde!
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Please, don't take offense, but I just can't turn my back on him. That said, if he turns his back on me, I won't be slow in sticking a dagger between his shoulder blades.
It's time we finished what we started, brother. The final vote of the conference over the acquisition of Louisiana will take place in a few hours. I propose you gather your troops and prepare to close the debate.
That's precisely what I was going to suggest.
Come, follow me. It's time for us to get ready.
Ah merde, j'aurais dû discréditer tous les deux du coup. Mais je sais pas qu'on allait pouvoir choisir. Je sais pas qu'on allait pouvoir choisir de les trahir tous les deux.
Do you really think we have a chance of winning?
A chance? You don't know me very well, Louis. We are going to win.
But it only takes one person to vote against us, and we'll have lost.
That's true. That's why none of them will. Why? Because I have an asset that they do not.
Which is?
You.
My friends, prepare yourselves. The conference is about to resume. The time has come to lay down all our cards.
Oh, aucun raté, aucune alternative. Ouh. Pas mauvais le bougre. Et du coup, j'ai eu 2 niveaux. Ouais. Montons la politique niveau 2. Là, on va monter l'étiquette. On s'en fout. Je sais pas trouver ces autres putains de bouquins là. On peut tout chercher au niveau 2, je pense, en vrai. Ah, on a fini l'épisode 4. Nous approchons de la fin, messieurs, dames. Nous approchons de la fin. Le vote final. Le dernier coup. 1h48. On saute au vote final, parce qu'en vrai, on a mis du temps à chaque fois pour faire un épisode. En fait, la question c'est... Est-ce que si j'arrête là, le dernier épisode va nous faire 2 épisodes, 2 VOD? Ou je continue un peu? Ouais, j'y continue un peu. On va pas s'arrêter là, ça fait qu'1h40.
From now on, whenever a human speaks to you, you will be able to read their current
Donc
thoughts.
papa, ma sœur, mon autre sœur,
I'll take care of preparing our departure.
mon oncle.
She has to pay for all the harm she's done to me.
Meanwhile, let us remain on our guard against any last-minute surprises. I know my brother well. Never prepare
Moi.
for war if he has
Et après les gens normaux.
chance of winning.
Finding out that I'm a demon makes no difference.
I haven't come all this way just to fail so close to the goal.
If I'm asking you all these things, it's for your own good, you know.
You are keeping up the good work, I see. But I'm telling you, keep your guard up. Everyone is rather on edge right now.
Don't make me your competition, de Richet. You are no match.
Il a parlé, Manuel? Il est où Manuel Godoy? Emmanuel Godoy.
Trust yourselves. It's all already in there.
Les Godoy, il est pas là, Manuel? Manuel! Emmanuel! Tu descends? J'ai tellement d'énergie. J'ai pas l'habitude d'en avoir autant. Checkmate.
Dear friends, I'd like to thank you for your continued trust and confidence. I admit that during these past few days, there has been much upheaval. I understand you have all been affected by this. Nevertheless, the world doesn't stop turning, and we are in fact on the verge of reshaping the modern world.
That is what we are all here for, my lord.
Thank you for your enthusiasm, Monsieur Bonaparte. Now you all know what we have to do. I cannot warn you strongly enough. If one of Sir Gregory's guests asks to speak with you, remain on your guard. It is highly likely that he will try to rally as many supporters to his cause as he can.
Mais nous aussi, il faut qu'on rallie les siens.
Thank you, George. Now, please, go and get some rest before the conference begins, which won't be long now. Louis, stay with me a moment, won't you? I'll be needing your services in a certain matter.
Yes, of course. What's the matter?
Louis, you are the only one here who I totally trust. It is very likely that Gregory will take possession of some of the members of our team. I shall keep them in check over the next few hours. However, I'll need you to... how can I say this? To persuade the members of Gregory's
Emily
What do you mean by that exactly?
l'autre.
You'll have free reign, my son. Persuade all of them. Use every possible means imaginable. But no physical violence. Let's be very, very clear about that. You must bring them all over to our side. One, you can do this. I know it.
Very well, Father.
Now go, and come back and see me once you've finished.
I'll be off then.
Il y a un ski dans son groupe. Emily. Il reste... Dans son groupe, il reste Emily. Qui est plus une... en train de dérailler. Et Yohan. Parce que Piaggi, du coup, on a... Ah, c'est eux, les noirs. Ah oui, en noir, ils sont sourds et muets. Ok. Ils sont entièrement sous la coupe de Mortimer. Un livre. Lésion dangereuse. Putain, bah, ouais, je le trouve maintenant, quoi. Le truc, il était posé là entre temps, quoi.
Ce Jacques Perru.
Rentrer chez lui. Personne ici. Putain, mais là, je peux lui dire de me donner de l'ambre, là. Oh, je suis père de ton chef, là.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
My good fellow, would you have any amber available?
I would, but unfortunately, I don't think I am authorized to give it out.
Si, je suis le fils du proprio. Ah, tu vois tout ça là? Je suis son fils, je suis le fils du proprio là. Je suis le fils du proprio. Ouais, je suis à combien? Je peux voir à combien je suis de monter de... Je suis à 2. Ouais, si jamais j'en trouve un troisième, je reviendrai te persuader, mais sinon... te dire. Je suis plus à un point près, quoi. Bon, allons voir Emily. Commençons par Emily.
Emily? Emily,
Oh.
it's me.
Come in, Louis.
I just saw that. What's that servant doing in your room?
A gift from Father.
You're joking, right?
Unfortunately not. He's worried about my health.
Oh, typical. Of course, I understand this is in no way an overreaction on his part. Anyway, I've come to see if you're better.
That's very nice of you. Thank you. I'd appreciate it if we kept our last discussion to ourselves, Louis. I'm not very proud of the state I was in.
Don't worry.
Thank you.
And did you manage to speak to Mortimer?
One moment. I'd rather continue our discussion away from any curious eyes. Follow me next door, please.
Surtout qu'ils appartiennent et ils sont contrôlés par père.
You wanted to know if we spoke? Well, let's just say he didn't stick around long, but yes, I can definitely say we spoke.
Psychologie. Je sais plus qu'est-ce que elle. Elle est vulnérable à la psychologie.
And did he go all right? I imagine you spoke about yourselves.
He confirmed what Sir Gregory told me, that he really is my father. That he didn't know I was his daughter until a short while ago.
And, well, how are you? Did you take it all right?
To be honest, I don't know. I feel like I've lost all my bearings.
And what about me then?
Do you trust him?
I don't know. It's hard to say. He's our father. He has started to initiate me, and he's been pretty fair so far. Now, that said, you can't say he's gone about gaining my trust in the best possible way. What about you? What do you think of him?
Honestly, I no longer know who to believe. The only one I really trust is you. So, I shall follow you this time.
So, I can count on you for the conference vote then, right?
You can. I shall support Mortimer's project.
Perfect. Anyway, I won't keep you any longer. See you later for the vote.
Yes. See you later.
Et pourquoi je dois persuader Manuel Godoy de voter pour nous? Mais il est dans notre camp. Mais il est déjà dans notre camp. Il était là, présent, quand on a dit... Manuel, c'est quoi ces conneries, Manuel? Pourquoi je dois encore te convaincre?
Duke Manuel.
De Richer.
I'm delighted to see you're standing by Lord Mortimer.
One cannot say that the situation is altogether reassuring, but I must admit, he does know what he's doing. Something tells me I've made the right choice. So, to thank you for persuading me to join you, what would you say to a nice piece of amber? I am given to understand that you collect it?
Yes. Thank you very much, sir.
Don't mention it to Issa. It is
Mais
the
quel
least I can
connard. Mais quel connard.
See you at the vote.
I'll see you later. Godoy is on board.
Mais quel connard. Putain. Après Piaggi, j'ai pas fouillé sa chambre encore. Mec, je suis en mode, je vais pas convaincre l'autre de me donner l'ambre, il faut que j'en trouve déjà un autre, et tout de suite derrière, j'en trouve un autre. Allez.
Your Eminence, would you have a moment?
I shouldn't really, Louis, as you can imagine.
Rest assured, I've come just as a friend.
All right then, Louis. But be quick.
Thank you, Your Eminence.
It's got nothing to do with it, but... You didn't come and see me in my room a few hours ago, did you?
Does he remember anything? Oh no. No, I'm sorry. You must be mistaken. I've been speaking to Lord Mortimer in his study.
I must have dreamed it then. It seems so real.
Don't blame yourself, Your Eminence. We're all exhausted. I can assure you of that.
That's very kind of you, Louis. I don't know what's wrong with me at the moment, but I feel rather fragile.
Poor man seems terrified. It'd be a good idea if I reassured him a little before trying to get him to change sides.
Oh, what did you want from me exactly?
Alors, Giuseppe, interrogatoire, manipulation.
Tell me, Your Eminence, do you know anything about symbols and dreams?
Come, Louis. The scriptural law rejects all divination through dreams.
You ought to know that.
Of course, I wasn't suggesting that these visions were messages from God, Your Eminence. But it might be that when we rest, our mind imagines situations based on things that left an impression on it. Take your dream, for example. What did it speak of?
I'm not sure that I can speak about it.
Don't worry, Your Eminence. There's no one else here but me.
Well, I was right here, in my room, and you came to see me. Then it all became confusing. I know that Mr. von Wollner was here too. No, it's not possible.
What was he doing?
He tried to harm you.
Damn it. He does have memories of what happened. Your Eminence, you have no reason to worry, because I'm right here in front of you, in perfect health.
Yes. Yes, you are right.
You're probably just a little tired. Overworked, that's all.
That's it. Just a bit tired. Anyway, thank you for listening. Please excuse me, Louis, if I've wasted your time. You came to see me about the conference, I imagine. And here I go rambling on about I don't know what nonsense.
No need to apologize, Your Eminence. Think nothing of it.
What did you want to speak to me about?
Right.
Faut pas jouer sur la manipulation. Je peux aller sur la manipulation.
I must admit that opposing you pains me. And it...
Séduisant. Je suis devenu séduisant. Compétence. Un point donc manipulation.
Lord Mortimer a great deal as well.
I can well imagine. You should know that I am not happy about it either.
He's an upright man who, like yourself, spends his time helping others and doing good around him. But you know that better than I do.
I owe him a lot, you know.
Your Eminence, if you feel you owe him something, let me tell you it's not too late to show it.
It's thanks to him that I took the Holy Orders. We met when I was very young, here, on this island. After our encounter, I had the firm conviction that my duty was to take the Holy Orders. To tell you the truth, I owe him everything.
Have you ever thanked him for it?
Never. You must find me ungrateful.
I would never dare, Your Eminence.
You came to persuade me to join him, didn't you?
I don't have that power, but I do sincerely believe that Lord Mortimer serves a righteous cause.
You are an angel who brings peace to the soul, my son.
Listen to your heart.
Je suis pas un ange, je suis un démon.
Right. To hell with all this political manipulation. Yes, I must listen to my conscience.
Yes, listen to that little voice in your head. What does it say?
Yes, Louis. I will vote for William's project. I will follow you.
I'm sure it will mean a great deal to Lord Mortimer, Your Eminence.
Once again, thank you, my son. Please leave me now. I must pray.
Of course, Your Eminence.
Je peux visiter votre chambre avant? Non, je veux visiter la chambre. Non, je ne pas visiter votre chambre, non. Je trouve qu'il y a des bouquins, mais à aucun moment on m'a donné le choix de pouvoir aller visiter sa chambre, donc vraiment... Genre... Ouais, je peux pas y aller. Monsieur Johann von Wollner, come please, I have to speak to you.
Monsieur Johann von Wollner. Why is his study in such a mess? Looks like Wollner's planning something.
Hey.
What a mess. Looks like Wollner was interrupted.
Ah oui, tu peux décrypter le...
Looks a lot like straw, and he's drawn something in a hurry on this sheet.
Ah mais je sais, c'est bon, c'est le truc sur le bouquin, on l'a dit, on l'a déjà regardé.
Landingstad.
Fin limite. Gagner un point en interrogatoire. Yes, c'est le truc que j'ai déjà niveau 3.
Landing stage.
Yes.
Right. So Voner is going to leave Al-Azif at the landing stage by the pier.
Non, merde, il y a un endroit, il y en avait plein de ces trucs là. Putain, je sais déjà plus. Je sais que j'en ai laissé plein un endroit, mais je sais plus. Moi, je sais plus. Non, bah c'est pas ça. Ah, on arrive à la fin du jeu après. On te dire, si je gère tous mes putains d'objets, c'est pas très utile. Une direction l'embarcadère du coup. C'est parti!
This chest might belong to Duchess Hillsborough. A sack of seeds. It's unopened. No one seems to have used any. What is... Yes! Yes! At last I found it! Al-Azif! Well, you gotta admit, you did give us a run for our money. Huh? A page has been torn out.
Je suis devenu expert. Toutes vos compétences sont montées de 1. Waouh. Trop bien.
Some rope. Apparently no one's touched it for a good long time.
Mais du coup, il est où Volner? On va faire un tour, hein, on va se balader. Hein.
I need to talk to Von Voner. Blasted. Home is with him. Gentlemen.
Louis! I'm sorry, but we are waiting for Duke Manuel. If you wouldn't mind leaving us, I should think you already have enough to do.
Et j'ai faim! Je veux manger!
I didn't mean to disturb you. They're waiting for Duke Manuel. No doubt to make him change sides. All right. If they want him, then they'll get him.
Pourquoi je prends son contrôle? Mais à chaque fois que j'ai pris le contrôle devant Grégory, il savait. Et il m'éjecte en mode non! Partez d'ici! Il faisait un Gandalf, quoi.
Yes, monsieur. Is there something you wanted to add?
Concentrate. I need you to listen carefully to what I have to say, Godoy.
I am all ears.
Push. I need you to do me a little favor. It's working, that's it, Louis. Get in his head.
Oh, dear. What is happening to me? I do not feel very well.
I need your help, sir. Get in his head. Oh, perfect.
Thank you, monsieur. I'm sure I'll know how to take full advantage of your vessel, now that I am Manuel.
Ah, ya Manuel. Sí. Cabrón.
Duke Manuel, here you are at last.
Sir Gregory, Mr. von Volner.
Thank you for agreeing to this meeting. I shan't beat about the bush, my friend. I was very disappointed by your behavior. I had thought you more loyal. Consequently, my affection for you leads me to ask you to reconsider one
Alors, elle, faut pas jouer sur la conviction.
time.
I've already reconsidered it, Sir Gregory. I shall be loyal to you when it comes to the vote. Have no doubt about it.
Excellent news indeed, my friend. Did you hear, Johann?
Yes, and it comes at a most timely moment. I anticipate an overwhelming victory.
It goes without saying to keep it to yourself. I would like to give William a nice surprise.
Whatever you say.
I'll leave you with Johann a while. I still have a few things to settle. I shan't be long.
See you later, Sir Gregory.
Oh, Godoy. Come over here. I'm warming myself up. I had the misfortune to step outside and I'm frozen solid.
I wonder what he was doing outside.
Il est allé déposer
Home asked him for.
à l'asile.
He's back from the landing stage. Damn. He must have gone to deposit Al Azif for someone to pick up.
Mr. Von Volga,
du coup, c'est moi qui l'ai pick up.
I'd like to make you an offer you can't refuse.
Ah, le parrain, quoi. Ah, le mec, je vais te faire une offre que tu ne peux pas refuser, petit. Je connais que la diversion sur lui. Yes, trop bien.
All ears.
Now, we don't have much time, so here it is. You will vote for Mortimer.
What a strange idea, Godoy. You are being ridiculous. Tell me now, why would I do that?
Faut que j'aille sur la conviction, on vient de dire, c'est ça? Diversion. Ah merde. Attends.
Louisiana is Spanish. Consequently, I am best placed to know what to do with it. It's turning into a personal stake between Gregory and William. Honestly, would you like it if someone told you what to do with Royal Prussia and Greater Poland?
Well, it depends.
No, don't try smoothing things over. You are a statesman. You know what I mean. Today, Spain is weighed down by Louisiana, a source of epidemics, insurrections. It prevents us from concentrating on exploiting the wealth in the Western territories. And I have to let Gregory decide?
I understand your point of view. But as far as I'm concerned, I would rather be honest. You are wasting your time, Duke Manuel. You know nothing about me, and your attempts to manipulate me have no effect. You behave as though we were close. Yet ever since you arrived, you've only been interested in your own little self.
Don't say that.
Bah, genre,
Johan.
comme
We
toi.
may not be friends.
Tout le monde ici, il est là pour son propre
Is
intérêt.
that so? And what do you know about me exactly?
I know you've stolen Mortimer's geopolitical maps.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
They're hidden in your room.
But how the devil did you find out?
You'll soon learn that I
Ils sont pas très bien cassés, quoi.
my friends, sir, in case they need me.
Well,
And you need me right now.
continue. But, tell me, why do you want to follow Mortimer all of a sudden?
Mortimer is planning something. We don't know everything. He must have something up his sleeve to be so confident.
Ah, really? And
All of this is just
Ah oui, il est minimisé à l'occultisme. Bah, ça, je le savais, ça.
what do you mean?
that everything is already decided in higher spheres. William Frederick, the King of Spain, the Pope, William Pitt.
I don't understand.
Lord Mortimer has invited those who work in the wings of power to take a hand in swaying the decisions of those who actually hold it. Everything is already played out. He has already won.
How is this possible?
We've all underestimated him.
He's fooled us. We're done for.
Look, it all hinges on the next few hours, Johann.
Look, I hear everything you're saying, but there is no chance that Mortimer can make us all change sides. That is why Sir Gregory can but win. You understand?
Think again. It's already too late. Now, you're the last one left. Your loyalty toward Gregory is honorable, but no longer makes any sense. If you don't change your mind, you'll be venturing into dangerous waters for no valid reason.
Unless it's to win.
Yes, but at what price? Think of all those who will be hostile toward you afterwards. Just think about it rationally a minute. Prussia has nothing directly at stake. so why put your position or your life in the balance?
Ah oui.
I hear you.
Écoutez la voix divine.
Honestly, betraying Gregory is... Well, it's unthinkable.
Mais je sais,
I
mon cher.
simply don't have any choice.
Yes, he's finally
Exactement.
cracked.
Thank you for
Eh oui.
warning me.
You're welcome. There is nothing more natural between allies. I did what I could. Now, it's up to you. As for me, I'll vote for Mortimer. Good luck to you.
Good luck.
Good. I mustn't lose too much time.
Ils s'endorment tous après? Ah ouais, Manuel, il a bien allé. Non, il s'est endormi. Ah ouais.
See you later, my Lord Duke. Have a nice rest.
Petit rapport à Lord Mortimer, là. C'est bon. Il les a tous convaincus. Je peux toujours pas aller voir Georges. Georges. Georges qui n'aura pas été d'une très grande utilité. Mais je sais pas si genre par rapport à nos choix et tout, on peut garder des personnages dans le... Genre Sarah. Genre ma mère. Bah du coup ma sœur. Je peux arriver à la garder en vie. Donc du coup dans le jeu. Tout comme Adam. Elisabeth Adam. Je sais pas du tout. Faut s'amuser à refaire le jeu, à faire d'autres choix. En connaissance de cause. Ah désolé, c'est moi qui ai tué ton oiseau. Hein. Désolé.
Louis, there you are. Well, tell me, how did it go?
Très bien.
I did my best.
Whom did you manage to persuade?
Tous.
Well, there's no point in wasting any time. I'm proud to report they've all come over to our side.
Ha ha, Louis, I'm impressed. I was sure you would succeed. I'm proud of you, my son. Even Johann? How did you manage to do it?
I possessed Godoy.
You possessed Godoy, of course. Very ingenious of you, I must say. Son, you've accomplished a veritable tour de force. I couldn't have done better myself. Now we are ready. The conference may begin. Assemble everyone in the conference room. Meet me there and let's get it over with. My friends, here we are at last, gathered together to close this conference. I would first of all like to thank you all for making the time to be here and lend your services. Gregory, I believe I may speak for both of us when I say that we are honored by your presence here.
You are perfectly right to do so, William. Thank you for putting your faith in us and for coming here to participate in this conference. Thank you for helping us to make the best decisions. And I especially want to thank you, William, for perfectly hosting us at your home during these past several days.
I'm not sure all the guests would agree to that. In any case, Holmes doesn't seem to be himself.
Ouais. Mais je crois que c'est dans le thé. Je pense qu'il y avait un truc dans le thé. Il a dit en plus, il a dit je savais que tu viendrais.
Are you for or against the transfer of ownership of Louisiana from Spain to France? Monsieur de Richet?
Et là, je viens tout niquer. Il faut que tout le monde soit unanime et moi je viens, tout le monde il est d'accord et moi je vote contre.
I vote for.
Duchess Hill.
Disciple. Gagner 1 point en compétence en politique. Voilà, j'aurais pu niquer tout le monde et dire non, je refuse.
For.
Duke Manuel? For. Your Eminence?
For. But
Gregory, please. Monsieur Napoleon?
For.
Mr. von Volner?
For.
What?
Gregory, please refrain from interrupting the voting. You know the rules, brother. President Washington?
4.
The votes are now cast. The project is therefore approved.
Dirty traitor!
Mr. Godoy, soon you will be in charge of passing the territory of Louisiana over to France.
It will be done.
What have you done?
Me? Nothing, dear brother.
What have you done to me?
What have I done? Nothing, Gregory. You did it yourself. A word of advice. In the future, that is, if you have one, don't drink someone else's cup of tea without checking what's in it.
Father, what happened?
Sir Gregory, what's the matter?
Oh là 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 là. Johann von Wollner, c'est le fils de Holm. Mais what the fuck? Mais tout le monde, il est le père ou le fils de quelqu'un, quoi. C'est pas possible. Oh là 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 là. C'est pour ça que depuis le début, il est contre...
What have you done?
Not now.
Il est trop fort.
You are mad, William. Father will punish you for this.
He will probably try, unless I get to him first.
But I cannot die.
No, you cannot die. You are, however, losing all sense of reason, as well as all your special abilities.
What?
Quoi?
What did I drink?
Can't you guess? There are but few things that can have such an effect on such as we. You would know that if you ever ventured even a little way off of Father's beaten track.
Revenge!
Oh, no.
Putain, il a même Freeze, c'est les autres qui sont aussi des...
You will die stupidly, alone, enclosed in that rather withered body.
Help me!
After several centuries of near absolute power, here you find yourself on your hands and knees, hoping in vain that someone is going to help you. Tell me, what does that feel like? Never happened to me. Can't be good. You cannot leave your body, you cannot project yourself elsewhere, you cannot even contact Father. Go ahead, try. But you are my brother, so I ask you to remember that all this is your own fault. And I want you to understand I get absolutely no pleasure out of it. Well, very little.
You swine!
A new order is born today, brother. Enough of Father's hegemony. After all these years of servitude, I can finally stand up and oppose it. You chose to serve him, whatever his excesses. Now it's up to you to face the consequences of that choice.
Waouh, c'est quand même un fratricide là.
Stronger than you!
Oh, le fratricide quoi. Wow, cette liste de réussite quoi. J'ai cru que ça allait déborder de l'écran quoi. Alors, comme ça j'ai tout niveau 2. On peut aller chercher peut-être la psychologie. Vote final. Succès des héros.
What? But...
Même ceux qui sont des démons ont été figés.
Louis, it's me, Gregory. Listen, we don't have much time.
But where are we?
Louis, I brought us here. You must act swiftly. I can't hold out for long. William has poisoned me. He must have used the blood of a former demon. I am no longer able to enter the body of someone else. The poison is gnawing away at me from the inside. I'm going to die, Louis.
But where are we?
In the ether. What you see is not real. It's only a mental projection created by my spirit. I'm occupying William's spirit at the moment, but I'm not going to be able to keep it up forever. Join me, Louis. Otherwise, all will be lost.
Yes. Yes, I'll join you.
Find a way.
Hein?
Hurry.
I must find them quickly.
Oh! Oh, le alasif plus un point en tout. Ouah, le truc cheaté. J'ai rien d'autre à lire. Oh, le truc cheaté, quoi. Non, merci. Un point en tout, là, boum. On sort plus rien, on arrive à la fin du jeu. Hein, mais Ah, on va s'arrêter là. Bien sûr qu'on va s'arrêter là. Vous croyez quoi? On arrive à la fin du jeu, il doit rester un épisode. Voilà, il reste l'épisode qu'on est en train de faire et l'épisode d'après. Mais en gros, du coup, il reste une session. Donc on va s'arrêter là pour aujourd'hui, bien sûr. Bien sûr qu'on va s'arrêter là, quoi. Ah, YouTube, j'espère que tu apprécies cette petite session. J'espère que tu apprécies le jeu. Dis-moi ce que tu en penses dans les commentaires. Et n'oublie pas de laisser un petit pouce bleu, un like, un abo et toutes ces conneries là. Surtout, en fait, en vrai, viens en live, viens nous voir en live, quoi. Ce sera plus marrant. Bon, allez, au revoir YouTube.